don't know what's going on. I don't know what time it is. I don't know where I am. That's basically how it's going.
Today it's Super Bowl Sunday. The game has started. We're not watching it right now, so oh well.
Oh man, I could have made my tailgate sandwiches.
Yeah. That would have been nice.
I know, huh?
So today, well, we'll get it into the episode, but today is our official 2-year anniversary. And we've been doing a podcast for 2 years, man.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
Yeah. Happy anniversary to us. But how was your week?
I don't know how my week was. Like I said, I don't know what day it is. I don't know where the hell I am. I don't know what's going on.
You cut your hair off.
I did. I cut off my hairs.
I like it.
Yesterday. Last night, Norman comes in. He's like, you know, you look different with your hair like that. I'm like, so now you're just now noticing my hair. Well, no, I didn't just notice it. And I'm like, well, it's the first time you've mentioned it at all. So what are you talking about? Whatever. But yep, I just pat it and leave the house. That's pretty much it.
Short hair is like seriously convenient and it's easy to maintain.
Yeah.
When it's at a certain level, you know, certain length, and yours is like perfect length. Like I like it.
I'm just like, but I'm gonna have to like get some.
Pick your afro, daddy.
Some like curl defining something or other.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell you about Shea Moisture and their curl defining? Like
no,
their
Shea Moisture. I don't buy Shea Moisture anymore.
Well, I can't buy their shit no more either. They've changed the recipe. They were acquired 3 or 4 years ago.
They sold us out.
And, I mean, hey, do your thing, but they totally changed the recipes on their products, and it does nothing for my hair anymore, and I'm pissed.
When you sell your company, all the integrity of said company goes out the window.
It's sad, but it's true.
They don't make a promise that we will keep your ingredients the same.
Or your standards.
And your standards, and we will ensure to, you know, continue on your legacy. They're like, nope, we're going to cut costs everywhere we possibly can. We're going to put shit ingredients in it, and hopefully nobody dies of lead poisoning. And that's pretty much it.
Gosh. Yeah, man. I'm just mad. I'm just walking around with this tub of jelly, and I'm like, I need to find the receipt so I could take this shit back.
Tub of jelly.
It's like, the consistency's off. This is what I put in my hair. I used that in my hair this week, and, I mean.
You know what, who has a good product? Talia Wajid.
Oh, yeah.
They sell it at Rite Aid.
Okay.
And I used her. I actually have some. It's a curl. I want to say it's a curl defining pudding.
Yeah, or a custard or something.
Yeah, it's good, and it doesn't leave your hair sticky and you know. So yeah, Talia Wajid.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what happened for me this week? I'm really getting into planning for the class reunion. I have some bottles soaking in my my sink so I can get the labels off, so I can do like some bottle activities with my kids this week. So I think I'm going to have them.
You going to let them play with glass?
No. These ones that I'm soaking off, we're just going to paint the bottles. Oh, okay. So I'm going to have them help me paint the bottles and set those up for like table decorations. And then I also saw an idea where you put a bunch of like lights inside of a bottle.
Yeah,
and,
those LED lights.
Yeah, and it'd just be like a twinkly light or something on the table. So I'm getting really excited. I'm doing it all DIY.
Yep.
And it's really fun. I like to be like crafty and do really fun things. So that's what's happening with me this week.
Yeah, DIY stuff is fun. I like to do those. And then look at the results.
Yeah. I feel like I want to hire like a production team to record like the day's events. A videographer.
I'm like, what?
Not a production team. A videographer team.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to be shooting video on their phones. Mm-hmm. So you can just collect that, like tell them to post it to a hashtag on Instagram or something.
Yeah, we should create one of those. But I also want to create something magical, but I get it. All right, whatever. I'm excited.
Or tell them to email it to you so you can compile a video.
Yeah, do all that. When I listen to the episode again, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Let me write that down. So like, this podcast is like my notepad also.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Anyway, hey, I'm Sunni Hepburn.
And I'm Brandi Fleeks.
And this is Book of Lies. The podcast.
It's bolt, bitches.
Yes, it is. So, hello, listeners. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first episode, welcome. If this isn't, welcome back. Thank you for being here. If you aren't already, connect with us on social, Twitter at Book of Lies Pod, Instagram and Facebook at Book of Lies Podcast. We have a website, bookofliespodcast.com. I just renewed the domain for another year, so go ahead and visit it. We've got a blog there, all of our previous episodes. Brandi's books are on there. You know your books are on the website, right? Guys, check out Life, Love, and Margaritas, or the Seduced. What is it called?
Not that.
The Seduced.
The Withdrawal series. There's only two books in it, but
they're quick reads and they're very delightful. Again, hey, welcome. And throughout our website, right? You're looking around, checking out the stuff. Thank you. Like we said before, this is our 2-year anniversary. And we have no idea what's going to happen today, so I'm super excited. So, Brandi.
Who's we?
I think I have split personalities, and anytime I talk about myself, I say we.
Okay, the royal we. We are not amused.
I've noticed this. Even when I'm on, like, at work, I'm like, we, like, oh, me and the company. But it's probably me and those, other personalities hanging around in my head.
It's the royal we.
It's the royal we. Well, that's what it is. It's the royal we. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Brandi, what are we talking about today?
So today, we get our lovely story from a Google search, actually.
Ooh.
But this is one that is close to my heart because it involves things that I am very interested in. And it comes to us from the LA Times by writers Melissa Chadburn and Carolyn Kellogg. This is the story of Anna March. Anna March.
Okay.
A.K.A. Nancy Lott, A.K.A. Delany Anderson, A.K.A. Nancy Cruz.
I don't know her.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's a dirty bitch. Okay, so Anna March was born Nancy Lott on June 20th, 1968, raised in Maryland to a mother who was involved in the democratic politics of the local area in Maryland. Anna March managed to ingratiate herself.
I love it.
Into the circles of lots of literary bigwigs and did some shit. Okay. So let's get into it, shall we?
I love when ingratiate comes out of your mouth because it just means they're sneaky fucks. When I hear ingratiate,
that's not what it means,
I think sneaky fuck. Let me fill up your glass before you get started.
Sneaky fucks.
That's what I think. Yeah,
I could have said she wormed her way into their circles.
That's being a sneaky fuck still.
Yeah,
these cups are way too small for our lifestyle.
You can hear all those bubbles.
I know.
Sounds like the wind probably in a headphone or something. Anyway.
Don't worry, it's champagne bubbles.
So we don't know much about Anna March before she began her fuckery.
Okay.
There is a report in Maryland from the Maryland State Prosecutor that for the fiscal year of 1992, Nancy Lott was the treasurer of a political campaign and that she was ordered to pay restitution for $18,000 and receive psychiatric care and serve 5 years of probation.
What'd she do?
My best guesstimate is that she extorted a bunch of money from a political campaign. Or not extorted the money, but she misappropriated funds.
Okay.
The records continue to show that she didn't complete her probation and that a judge ordered her outstanding fees to be turned over to Central Collections for the state of Maryland. The LA Times reporters who did this story reached out to her for an interview.
Nancy,
a.k.a. Anna.
Mm-hmm.
And she declined, but she did manage to post on a website that she created later on when this story was being investigated and unfolded. She posted a response.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Did I sign a campaign finance report with erroneous information nearly 30 years ago in 1990 when I was 21? Yes. Was I on 5 years probation, and did I pay $18,000 in restitution? Yes. So apparently she has admitted to her bullshit from the early 90s. Okay. So later, in her 20s, she gets married and gets divorced. And this man's last name was Cruz. That's all we know is his last name was Cruz. Kruse.
The person she was married and divorced to.
Her ex-husband, yes.
Okay. Could have been an easy way to say that, her ex-husband, yes.
Yeah. But she leaves and she makes her way over to San Diego and she adopts the name Delany Anderson. She makes her way to a place called the Writing Center, which is a small nonprofit organization that provides classes and community for aspiring writers. Mm-hmm. So she begins to volunteer there, and she immediately charms her way into the founder's graces. The founder, her name is Judy Reeves. She tells Judy stories about how her mom worked for the White House, and she once ironed pleats in Amy Carter's dress, Amy Carter being Jimmy Carter's wife. Apparently, she was so enthusiastic and so full of good ideas that Judy Reeves hires her. And in 1997, Reeves makes her a director.
Okay.
Now, Anderson, a.k.a. Lot, a.k.a. March. Well, actually, she's not going by March yet. So she's Lot. So far, she's been Lot. She married a person named Cruz, but she's not using that name. And she adopted the name Delany Anderson. So she's going by Delany Anderson. She launches a gala and calls it Literary Lights. And it includes a fundraising auction. Ooh. Now, she entices George Plimpton, who is an author and a journalist. She entices him to come to San Diego and accept the prize of this literary gala. And he does. He passed away in 2003, by the way. This is in 1997. In 1998, despite her reporting that the nonprofit was doing well financially, the organization receives an eviction notice.
Ooh.
And suddenly, Delany Anderson quits. She pastes or posts or tapes a sign on the door that says, "I resign."
Delany, you know what that makes me think of? Devlin.
Devlin? Which Devlin?
From Mixed Family or something like that. With that
Just
movie.
Go With It?
Just Go With It. Yeah, that movie with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. And
Devlin, Nicole
Kidman.
And Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews. Oh my gosh, that was so great. Devlin.
Devlin means devil, by the way.
That's how I feel about Nicole Kidman sometimes, so they definitely casted it right.
Okay, so she quits before she can get called to task for her involvement in, the downfall of this company, and she fucks off to God knows where. Reeves, she's like, I had no idea how much damage had been done. The company is forced to sell off their furniture at a garage sale, and they ultimately shut down.
That sucks. And this was a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nonprofit. So she disappears, right? This was 1998. In 2001, she fucking pops up in Washington, D.C. under the name Nancy Cruz.
Are we going to find out what's with the name changes?
No.
Okay.
Well, Cruz is her married last name.
Right.
So while she's there, she meets a man who apparently is a documentarian or some shit. His name is Andrew Smith. They get married. She gets a job doing direct mail fundraising for public radio. NPR type public radio.
Okay.
For a station called WAMU. Seeing how online fundraising could come into play, she starts a consulting firm and calls it Nancy Cruz and Partners, or Cruz and Associates. And she claims WAMU as her first client and announces on her website that she has made the station $150,000.
Wow.
She hires a public radio fundraising consultant named Barbara Appleby, and with her help, the company was hired to run a national online fundraising auction that included 15 public radio stations, including stations in LA and San Francisco.
Wow.
Appleby said Cruz played up her Quaker background and feminist beliefs. And she told her that her mother was a press secretary for Jimmy Carter. And she says, why wouldn't I believe her? So basically, she convinced her to work with her because of this, she believes in, all of these feminist ideals.
Mm-hmm.
And, my family, we were Quakers or whatever.
Yeah.
Which are people who actually were pretty advanced for the time and, very feminist, during the time of the Quakers.
Speaking of Quaker.
Oats.
I shout out to KT from For Your Reference podcast. I watched 7 Psychopaths last night.
Oh, okay.
And one of the characters was the Quaker.
You never saw it?
No!
Okay. I haven't seen it in years.
Dude, I knew you had seen it. I was like, if anyone had seen it, it's definitely you because you love Sam Rockwell.
I enjoy Sam Rockwell. I like Colin Farrell more, but...
Exactly, and he really he had his accent out, and was just like, oh my gosh, this is really you, I love this. And then Christopher Walken looked half dead.
Well, he always looks half dead.
But he was the Quaker.
Yeah.
So that's when you said the Quaker, that's what it made me think of. And thanks, KT, for the reference. Follow them on Twitter, y'all. She was like, blah, 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 this movie. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this. And she's like, yeah, it's on Amazon. Get your ass over there and watch it. And I was like, yes, I will. And I did.
Yeah, that's funny.
And it was really good.
But that's how Barbara Appleby, worked with her. She convinced her that she was trying to do great things, right? Well, first of all, her mother never worked for Jimmy Carter.
Because I was going to say, she said her mom was a seamstress ironing pants before, pleats or something.
She didn't say she was a seamstress. She said she worked for the Carter administration.
Ironing pleats.
No. She said she ironed pleats, but that wasn't her job.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. All right. Go ahead. You said she never worked for him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, she never worked for the Carter administration. She was in Maryland politics, but she never worked for the Carter administration.
Okay.
In September 2004, her company, Cruz and Partners, or Cruz and Fuckery, they launched their national online auction. And all of the stations, 15 of them, they have to pay upfront to participate, and they have to pay a fee that ranges from $8,700 to $68,400.
To participate in what?
The auction.
Oh my gosh. So they have, oh gosh, this is big money, honey.
Yeah, it's a national fundraising auction. So in order to participate, they have to pay her this. But they're supposed to get that money back.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supposed to receive a portion of the total amount raised from the auction.
Right, proceeds.
So the things that they sold were things from a Birkenstock gift certificate to NPR swag,
mm-hmm.
to an Apple computer and high-end travel packages. Well, in January 2005, Cruz sent the radio stations a report stating that the auction had closed at $677,916 in revenue. But she took her time paying that money out to these radio stations. And in the end, she fucking only sent $10,000 to 9 of the stations, and the other 6 got fucking zero.
So each station got 10,000?
9 of the stations got 10,000.
Okay.
6 of them got nothing. Oh. Mind you, the revenue was supposed to have been $677,916, and they were supposed to get their fee back for participating.
That's a lot of money, honey.
They got shit. Meanwhile, Cruz and Partners is having financial difficulties. Her office rent was $10,356 a month.
That's a lot of money. Oh my gosh.
Her landlord is suing her for 5 months back rent.
Ooh, okay.
Her employees' paychecks are fucking bouncing.
Oh my gosh.
And other employees weren't receiving portions of their paychecks that they had designated to go into their pensions.
This is fucked up.
And Barbara Appleby, she gets a fucking promissory note for $56,692.73 instead of getting a fucking check for her work.
What did Barbara Appleby do for her?
She was a consultant who helped her land this fucking job.
Oh my God. This bitch, okay. I don't know what to say.
It gets worse, and it's weird. She's so weird. Okay. Then suddenly in February, Nancy Cruz closes the company and emails all her clients saying that the company has no assets. In August, the radio station sued her for $380,000, and they won. But by this time, she had bounced out of D.C. and popped up in fucking Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Now,
I ain't got nothing against Delaware, but who goes to Delaware?
she did. Rehoboth Beach. Apparently there's a beach there.
That's like New England area, right? Delaware?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the coast. Goes to Rehoboth Beach, meets a woman named Maribeth Fisher, meets a man named Kent Scotch. Wait, how is it pronounced? I forgot. I looked it up. It's a German last name. It's Schoch. That's how it is. It's Schoch.
Good job.
And she poses as an up-and-coming author who signed a 2-book deal with Random House and had gone to the National Book Awards with her friend and journalist, author Malcolm Gladwell. She even went as far as to pull out a newspaper with his picture on it and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm right there. I'm just cropped out of the picture."
Bitch, bye. Bitch, bye.
So she told them that the New Yorker had contracted her to write a series for the magazine. And so she goes to New Orleans to research the series, and Kent Schoch goes with her. He winds up paying for the whole fucking bill.
Okay.
To go to New Orleans from fucking Delaware for however the fuck, who knows how long.
Okay. You got it like that, man?
And they fucking start raising eyebrows when she tells them that she got a call from Bob Dylan personally.
She's just braggadocious and making up all kinds of shit.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, let's find out about this chick. So they contact the people that they believe to be her agent and her publisher. And these people have no idea who the fuck she is. In August, it said midsummer, but I'm thinking August. Mm-hmm. Maribeth confronts Cruz about it, and she bounces.
Cruz just is like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah, she just leaves.
I gotta go pay the meter. Be back soon.
So for 5 years, she's off the radar. Until in 2011, she pops up again on the fucking East Coast. But this time, she's going by Anna March.
Anna March.
And she's engaged to a man called Adam Pisachwich. I think it's Pisachwich. She had written a column for the New York Times about her relationship with him because he's been in a wheelchair since high school, and the column was called Modern Love. Mm-hmm. So I guess, it's a column of her talking about their relationship, I guess. Who knows? She also starts publishing articles on Salon.com in 2011. And in 2014, they moved from the East Coast to LA. First, they moved to Santa Barbara, and then they moved to fucking Melrose. Did I say Melrose? I think it was Melrose. Anyway, they moved somewhere that's expensive.
It's expensive to be me.
She befriends people in the writing community. And she even gets into the fucking circles of some prominent authors. And in 2015, she throws a welcome party for herself at the Ace Hotel in downtown LA.
A welcome party?
A welcome party.
Welcome to town?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But she, she invites more than 400 of LA's literati. So she invites authors, editors, publishers, book reviewers, literary agents, local independent presses. All of these people are at her party. Meanwhile, they're like, why is she throwing this party? And who the fuck is she?
Right? Because I'm like, what is this? Welcome to the jungle. That's what it is. It's a welcome to the jungle party. I'm going to pour my glass really quick.
Meanwhile, she had never been published. She'd never published a fucking book.
Hang on, Brandi.
Not even self-published a book.
And you've self-published like 5, right?
3. She was also very, very noticeably generous. Apparently, there was a line out the door. And so she's like, asking people, do you think I should give them $20 bills?
She's stupid.
The bill for the fucking party that she threw at the Ace Hotel, where they were serving free drinks, by the way.
Oh, fuck me. What is it?
Totals more than $22,000.
All right. Okay. You know, I mean, hey, it's a welcome party, right? And she's open bar.
This is a direct quote here. After coming to California, she gathers writers together to advise her on the local literary landscape. She was a generous presence, picking up the tab for steak dinners at Musso and Frank. She successfully leveraged social networks to connect with significant literary figures. She organized a series of national events with well-known writers such as Ashley Ford, Said Jones, Audrey Niffenegger, and author of the best-selling memoir Wild, Cheryl Strayed. March branded herself as an intersectional feminist, sensitive to issues of race, class, and LGBTQ concerns, as well as gender, and also supportive of victims of trauma. She positioned herself as a connection between worlds, the published and unpublished, the successful and the hopeful. End quote. So she founded a freaking fund called the Lulu Fund.
I'm sorry. This is just to get money, right? Like, all of this bullshit is just to get fucking money, right?
I think it's to get money and to make a name for herself.
Right, make a name for herself when she doesn't do anything. Like, oh, I'm a literary, I've written this and you haven't written anything.
You haven't published shit, right.
Golly gee.
But she tells people that she has 2 books in the works. Like that she's
Me too.
working on 2 books.
Me too. Well, you actually are, but...
She founds the Lulu Fund with Ashley Ford in 2015 to support racial, gender, and class justice with support from donors. And she had posted on the website, she posted a plan that stretched until 2020. But 9 months after she launches the Lulu Fund, it shuts down. Ashley Ford is like, and this is a quote, her vision for Lulu was something I wanted to see more of in the world and something I would still love to see more of in the world. It sounded like an opportunity to give back to the communities that had already given so much to me. Her abrupt decision to end Lulu was as confusing to me as anyone else. So I'm guessing they raised a whole bunch of money for this fucking fund and then she shuts it down.
That sounds about right. She raises a bunch of money, then gets the doors closed and takes off with the money, becomes a different person.
So a year after she throws that welcome party, she emails her fucking friends, some of her friends, and the subject line is confidential in all caps.
That looks like a fraud email to me already.
It says, I am writing today to ask for your help. She includes a link to a GoFundMe page, and it says that it is a private crowdsource campaign. And she tells them, in all caps, do not share it on social media. In the email, she writes about a temporary separation, taxes, helping her mom, a pending windfall from a property sale, and an immediate financial need for unspecified medical expenses. She says that she needs $9,000, and she ends up making $6,200 on this. But apparently she didn't tell them in the email that her fiance...
She got so many
Adam,
husbands and boo things.
Adam has bounced. Yeah, Adam left her.
It's like, fuck off. You're full of shit.
That is exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. He left her because he figured out she wasn't who she fucking claimed to be. He said it was a painful and low time or something like that, a difficult time, and that he's trying to rebuild.
She took him on a fucking whirlwind ride and rocked his world, and now he is confused and sad about what happened because she was a fucking liar.
Yeah, basically. So in April 2016, she leaves LA.
Thank you.
She goes back to Delaware. But she's not fucking done. So between 2016 and 2017, she announces 11 workshop retreats that she planned to lead in places like Italy, France, LA, Palm Springs.
Where is she announcing this? In an email
she's
to her
in Delaware,
friends?
but I guess, she puts it up online somewhere. She advertises the workshops with pictures of the hotels at the locations that they're going to stay at. Now, these types of fucking retreats, they're a thing. And they're the kind of shit that I aspire to go to.
Yeah.
They're expensive. And a lot of times they're put on by reputable literary organizations. They have notable authors and publishers and fucking editors as instructors. And usually they have requirements like you have to submit a writing sample or a body of work in a particular subject or genre. And there's a fucking fee. But this bitch puts on she's like, I'm going to put on these retreats and you don't have to do shit except for send me money.
Of course. Oh, gosh.
Right.
I'm so nervous.
So she and one or two other people are supposed to be the instructors at these retreats, these workshops. And the attendees, they don't need to submit writing samples to apply. They just sign up by paying the advance. They pay her between $400 and $3,000 to cover the classes, the hotel, and food. She does not include travel in their cost. So they have to get on their own fucking planes. Of these 11 retreats, she manages to pull off one. It's in Provence, France. And it's at Julia Child's home.
Julia Child.
And while she's there, she, I guess, she does it, but it gets all fucked up.
She steals everything.
She
right?
takes a chef with her called Craig Clifton. He's from, the United States. And she fucking leaves him. She strands him there and she fucking owes him $1,300.
Ooh, she was like, oh, I have to leave you. I owe you money.
He's like, can I get my money? And she fucking texts him. If you want to get into a public pissing match, I do not. But if you do, just remember mine comes with pictures and video.
What does that mean?
Pick someone else to be rude bad boy to. I'm over it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what she fucking sends him. Because she owes him fucking money.
Gosh. You know how people will just text things just to say, oh, I said this to them. But it's not true. Just because there's like print of it, it makes absolutely no sense of what you're talking about. You're giving me like, what are those, not aimless threats, but like empty threats.
But what's the threat? I don't understand. Pictures
videos
and
video of
what?
what?
He doesn't get into that, but I'm sure that it's probably nothing that's gonna like affect his livelihood, affect his fucking life. Meanwhile, she's fucking people over left and right. So she has other freaking workshops set up. So she's supposed to go, they're supposed to have retreats in Joshua Tree, Palm Springs, Hawaii, Italy, Santa Monica, and Rehoboth Beach. She either postponed or canceled them.
After she collected everybody's money.
Right. People who requested refunds from these, most of them, not all of them, but most of them got their money back after some doing. It took a minute. So one of the people that got caught up in her whirlwind was an author by the name of Ashley Perez, who is from Los Angeles. And she had met her, of course, while she had done her launch party and done all this shit in LA. And she said that she was really good at telling people what they needed to hear.
Of course.
And that she said she presented herself as somebody who was in the know, who knew people, who had connections. And she said that she had all these opportunities. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of opportunities that I had for you and I want to include you. And Ashley was like, yeah, and I wanted to learn more. That's basically the paraphrasing of what she said. So Ashley is one of the people who books one of these workshops, the Italy workshop. So she and her partner, whose name is Seth Fisher, and another woman from LA, whose name is Karen Palmer, they're going to the workshop in Positano, Italy.
Okay.
This workshop is supposed to take place April 2017.
Okay.
Karen was supposed to receive free room and board in exchange for teaching a workshop.
Okay.
She gets there early, and 2 days before the workshop, Anna March cancels it.
No. That's fucked up. She's in Italy, and they're like, oh, sorry, canceled, and she was supposed to stay somewhere. Well, behind them,
as far as they know, the hotels and whatnot are still booked, but the workshop has just been canceled. Apparently, Anna March gave Ashley Perez a scholarship to attend the workshop.
Oh, how sweet.
But her partner Seth had paid for his spot in this workshop. They had already bought these cheap tickets that were non-refundable to Italy, so they went anyway. But they had the assumption that they had a place to stay.
Right.
They get there and they find out that there are no rooms that have ever even been fucking booked.
Lying bitch.
Anna never booked these rooms at this hotel in Positano, Italy.
She trifling.
There's no rooms. There's no fucking thing. So they, I don't believe well, it would be Seth. I don't believe Seth ever received any refunds for paying for this fucking workshop that he was supposed to go to. In 2016, Anna March also launched a website called roarfeminist.com.
Okay.
It was supposed to be an online literature magazine, and she started it after the fat carrot got elected.
Oh.
It was supposed to be literature and revolution by feminist people. So basically, they were supposed to be lifting up the voices of feminists, and there were a lot of writers wanted to write for this online literary magazine as a way to speak out against that dude. She started a GoFundMe and raised $49,000 for this website.
Oh my God.
In the letter that she wrote in response to the article and the response, I guess, to the questions that the writers had for her, she says that she paid the contributors of this magazine a $25 symbolic honorarium of this $49,000 fucking GoFundMe. But she hired a woman by the name of Sarah Sandman, who was the executive editor of Roar Feminist. And she says that she had a hard time getting the money to the writers because Anna was telling her, oh, yeah, I paid them. She was like, we need to pay the writers. And she's like, oh, yeah, I paid them. But the writers the contributors started emailing Sarah, like, where's my money? When can I expect my money? And nothing ever happened. So she resigned. Sarah did.
Did she get her money?
She was the executive editor. I guess she got some money. I don't know. But the contributors, like people who were submitting stories, they got a $25 symbolic honorarium.
Right. So she was paying them $25 for
No, they got $25 that was paid to them one time.
Oh, okay.
She said, I sent spreadsheet after spreadsheet to Anna so the writers could get paid. She even told me she paid them. I believed her until I started receiving emails from people gently asking me when they might expect payment. She fucking left. She, resigned from the company because
people are yelling at her, and that sucks.
And shit was shady, and she's like, we were supposed to be doing all of these things that we weren't doing.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Anna wrote in her letter that is a response to the article or to the questions saying, I've been working to pay Roar's debts, and I will continue to do so. I went to the website. It's gone. It's a fucking, your site redirect. Not even a redirect. It just says that the server could not be found.
You want to buy this domain name?
No, it doesn't say that yet. It just says the server can't be found.
Yeah, they took the website down.
Anna, before this article was printed, she was offering private literary consulting via manuscript consultations for $1,600.
But who are you? Why would I want why?
Of up to $3,000.
Because she has a fancy looking website and a bunch of fake sources and
she doesn't
referrals.
have any websites. Now.
Where's she offering this at? On a website?
I guess she was offering it on a website.
But what I'm saying is, like, if I happen upon a website and someone's like, hey, you wanna do this class for $100 or $1,600, whatever. I'm gonna Google you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, why would I take this person's class? Like, you're nobody. You've done nothing except fraud people. And if she's coming up with different names, she really shouldn't even have like a backstory.
Well, you can create your own backstory, I guess.
I guess you can create your own Wikipedia, but fuck.
Yeah, but Wikipedia will take that shit down. They'll be like, who is this? And they'll take it down.
Liar.
So she was offering manuscript consultations and coaching for writers to construct submissions to literary agents for $1,600 to $3,000. And she was, at the time, telling people that she had 3 books not two, that were almost ready. And she apparently had gone back to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where she had planned a prom for adults in April 2018. This article, by the way, is from July 26th, 2018.
Because that was going to be my next question. When was this article written?
Yeah, 2018. So she had planned a prom for adults that was supposed to have been put on in April to benefit the local community center. Then she fucking canceled it. Duh. And she had been posting photos from the local bar on social media, but after they started asking her questions and, requesting fucking interviews, she deleted her social media accounts.
I bet she did.
Also, the authors of this article, Melissa and Carolyn, they also had run-ins with her while she was in LA.
What'd they do? What'd she do to y'all?
So, in 2016, she had awarded Melissa Chadburn a prize from the Lulu Fund. That's the one that closed down 9 months after she launched it.
Yeah.
And the awards were presented at the Palm restaurant in downtown LA. Or is that a hotel in downtown LA? The Palm is a restaurant. In downtown LA, it's a hotel in Vegas.
Yeah, the Palms in Las Vegas.
Is it the Palms? I think it's the Palm. Is it the Palms?
It's the Palms. Party at the Palms.
Okay. Well, anyway, it was presented at the Palm in downtown LA during the Association of Writers Programs conference. And it took almost a year for her to get her $1,000 that she had been promised by Anna March. And she said their final email exchange was heated.
Ooh.
So that is our friend in writing. Anna March, Delany Anderson, Nancy Cruz, and Nancy Lott.
So what's her status now?
She's probably in hiding after this fucking article came out. I Googled her. I couldn't find anything. Lots of things came up, but none of them, like the links. Oh, she also was a writer for a website called Rumpus.
Rumpus?
Rumpus. Mm-hmm. And it's a literary journal website. She would write, I guess, reading lists, and some of them were ridiculous. Okay, so there was one that was about abortion.
Do we have images of her?
Oh, yeah. Look at, there she is. So apparently, while she had her party in LA, she had this pink hair.
She looks like a podcaster.
We look like podcasters. And this is her with Adam.
She looks like an elderly British woman.
This is her, and this is Adam, the man in the wheelchair. I did Google. I found her Rumpus writings on Rumpus. See, this is AnnaMarch.com. Her account has been suspended. And then her Roar Feminist. This is all the contributions that she did to Rumpus. And they're Anna March's reading mixtape. And so she has, basically they're reading lists. Harry Potter, Hermione Granger. So basically like this, I guess, is about women in literature. Women in, stories. Gone Girl. So, yeah.
Anyway, I'm unimpressed. Make sure you send me these pictures. We're going to put them on the internet and we're going to find her.
So, yeah. That is Anna March. The fucking literary grifter.
Literary grifter. That's what she is. Interesting. Yeah, she's frustrating. I'm mad that I don't know what's going on with her. And
she's not in jail. Because
has anyone even brought up any charges against her?
Only the NPR. Oh, and that campaign back in the 90s, but that's about it.
When she wrote that open letter saying that she did what she did, and that's it.
The open letter was in response to the questions that they were asking her in the emails, I guess, about when they were writing this article.
Mm-hmm.
So, otherwise... Oh, someone took a screenshot of her website before it came down. Anna March's essays, fiction, reviews, reading lists, interviews, poetry, playlists, diaries, and commentaries have appeared in a wide variety of publications, including the New York Times Modern Love column. So, yeah, that's it. That's what we get.
All right. That's all good. Brandi, do you have a thumbs up for the week?
Thumbs up for the week. What is this week? Okay. So I have broken down. I don't usually buy shit like this, but I broke down and bought on Etsy this thing called the HB90 planners, and it's by Sarah Cannon, who is an author, and she has her YouTube channel is Heart Breathings. And she created this system called the HP90 planner. And basically, you know, you make your goals and you set them up for you to work toward them in 90-day increments or quarterly. So I broke down, I bought the planner and I printed out, you know, some of the pages. I didn't print them all out because it's a lot of fucking paper and a lot of fucking printing. But so I printed out 1 month of pages, and it's just, you know, basically it's just planner pages, but they're specifically for me to put, like, you put in, you write, you know, whatever the goals are that you're working for this quarter. And like, there's a whole system into determining what the goals are and what actions or what projects you need to complete to get the, you know, complete the goals and, or to work toward the goals and blah, 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 blah. So there's a whole front section of doing all this work just to figure out what the fucking goals are, and then what the projects are, and then what the tasks are to complete the projects to accomplish the goals. So I printed it out. I did most of it. I haven't done my Kanban board yet, because there's a Kanban board that you have to, I guess you don't have to, but like, you know, it's helpful. So I'm going to give this a shot. It's literally like halfway through the first quarter right now. And I did this last week, the printing and stuff. I bought it last week and I did, you know, printed out some of the pages. I actually printed out a bunch of some of the pages yesterday. But I'm gonna work through this. So for the rest of this quarter and then next quarter, just to like see how much of a difference it makes. And it's probably going to make a world of difference, just because like I sit down and I'm like, okay, I'm going to write 500 words. And then while I'm writing 500 words, I'm like, oh shit, I need to do a fucking Instagram post, or I need to figure out what I'm going to do for my YouTube. Yeah. And so my brain runs all over the place, and instead of getting everything done, nothing gets done.
Dude,
there's no such thing as multitasking.
Nope. You're just half-assing everything.
Exactly. So, and I'm aware of this, but I can't stop myself from doing it. So I'm figuring that moving, because like with the Kanban board, you move tasks, like you put every task you're going to do, you put it on a freaking Post-it, and you move it from to do to doing to done. So I figure planning out every day with the Kanban board and moving the Post-its from to do to doing to done will help. So, and in the planner, you write down the tasks and all that stuff. So I think just the actions of having to do those things will help me like streamline my process and not be farting around trying to do 18 things at once.
All I do is fart around and do 18 things at once, and I only get like 2 things done. I'm just like, oh.
Exactly. And that's like, with NaNoWriMo, I was just focused on just write. Yeah. So that's how I finished, doing 50,000 words. But like, I'm like, okay, I gotta write. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I have like all these tasks. So maybe one will get done. And then I have like 10 tasks that I had planned to do that day, and none of them get done because of my brain fucking playing fucking hopscotch and not doing what it's supposed to do.
Hopefully,
so that's my thumbs up is the HB90 system by Sarah Cannon, Heart Breathings on YouTube. What's your thumbs up?
I read a book this year. I'm very proud of myself.
Okay, yeah, we did read a book. Yeah, we read a book.
Yes.
That's so funny because, again, I have a reading list of books that I want to read this year, and that's the only one that I actually finished.
Well, I'm proud of you that you read it. I'm proud of me.
That wasn't on my reading list.
Oh, well. I don't even remember the last time I read a book, which is sad. But for me, my thumbs up is I'm trying to give myself a break, to be quite honest. I feel like last month in December, like I was just like grinding my brain and trying to, be successful with my businesses and, everything that I'm doing, that it's like, okay, I've kind of gotten far away from who I am as a person and I need to find my happy again. So I'm really just trying to like take it easy. Like today I watched, I'm going to get you sucker and just tried to relax and just, watch TV. And then like the creative thoughts come to me, like with all these wine bottles I'm going to make into some fun things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being productive, but something that I like. Like I like arts and crafts and, things like that. So I'm just trying to kind of take it easy and not focus on too many things that stress me out.
Focus on things that stress you out.
I'm not trying to focus on things that stress me out. Like, oh, I know I need to open a store. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to order this. I don't have to worry about that right now because we're not taking that road. I'm just taking it slow and steady right now and trying not to get stressed out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because life is hard, y'all. You guys know it. It's difficult, but we're going to get through this together.
Are we, though?
Yes, we are. Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Leave us a review. Please do that. We would love for you to leave us a review. That makes us happy. It helps us get found. And if you like us, share it, and then someone else might like us too, and we're going to grow this podcast family.
Someone else might like
We're 2 years old now, so we're super mature. So watch yourselves, and go ahead and join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Book of Life podcast. There we have multiple tiers. Every tier gets commercial-free episodes early. You'll get some stickers. You'll get a love letter, and you'll get shout-outs on the podcast, of course, depending on the level that you decide to join us at. There's more goodies. There's a champagne room. It's very nice in the champagne room. And
there's no sex.
We don't know. There's nobody joining us there, so we'll see. But thank you for being here. Connect with us on social if you aren't already. And I am Sunni Hepburn.
And I'm Brandi Flakes.
And this was Book of Lies, the podcast.
As bulb bitches.